One thing I love doing when starting a new book is searching up music that fits the feel of that book. Whether it's instrumental music for a fantasy read or love songs for a romance, music just sets the tone for reading. I also swear there's a Taylor Swift song to fit every single romance book ever. Anyway, I saw none other than Miss Sarah Caroli let music pick her next reads and thought I've got to do the same. Here's how it's gonna work. I grabbed a stack of holiday and winter books I want to read this December, made a playlist, added 2 songs that fit each book, and then we'll put the playlist on shuffle to randomly pick my next read. I'm currently in the middle of reading The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score, so let's finish this book first and then we'll let my Spotify playlist pick my next read. Happy December! It is officially December, which means we are in full-on holiday mode. I started The Christmas Fix a few days ago and it's really cute. It has such a cute concept. It's about Kat, who is a reality TV star. She has a home makeover, fixer-upper kind of show, and then Noah, who lives in this small town, and his small town is just hit by some kind of natural disaster. So Kat decides for the Christmas special of her show, she's gonna go to this small town and fix it up just in time for the holidays. I'm on page 165 and I'm really liking it so far. There is one tiny thing I'm a bit annoyed by, and that is Noah. He's just kind of a really judgmental person so far. Kat, like I said, has this reality show and he has all these biases about reality TV, that it's just like superficial and that reality TV stars are just kind of like silly, narcissistic, shallow people, which I understand that's like a very common stereotype, but he just says it so many times and it's like, we get it. I'm ready for his character growth. All right, let's go finish The Christmas Fix. I read to chapter 32 and I've definitely come around to Noah's character. Chapter 31 specifically had a lot of depth. We got a lot of Noah's backstory, and I just appreciate that this book does have depth, because you just never know with Christmas books whether it's gonna be like a more surface level, like cheesy Hallmark vibe Christmas book, which there's nothing wrong with, definitely like a time and place for that, but I definitely prefer if the book, even if it is a Christmas one, still has a lot of depth and heart to it, which I do think that this book has. I finished The Christmas Fix. It was super cute. I really like how it's set during Christmas time and we have the backdrop of this very Christmassy small town. It feels like the perfect little dose of Christmas. What to rate it? That's hard. I think I'm gonna say 3.75 stars, just because I think there was a few Christmas books last year that I liked better that I gave 4 and 4.5 stars, but it's still really, really cute. Love Lucy Score, love literally everything by Lucy Score. This is good if you like a spicy romance. Also great if you love a small town romance, single dad, one of them is famous, just like so many good tropes. It was so cute. Okay, on to book number 2. I'm so excited to finally be picking based on music. I've got the whole stack of books here, from Christmas books up to winter books, and I've got my playlist. And play. Okay, the song we got is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Honestly, such a classic Christmas song. Love this song so much. And I put for this song to correlate with Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I'm actually really glad this one got picked because I bought this book last year and never got to it. So I'm really excited to finally read it this year, and I think the cover is so fun. It's got like green and pink, which is really cute. And it's a workplace romance, which is so cute. Our main character is just walking by the shop and she sees like the window display in the shop window, and she starts criticizing the window display to this guy, and it turns out he owns the place and he hires her to work and make the window display better. I also haven't read a Tessa Bailey book in so long. I think I've only read 2 books by Tessa Bailey ever, which is so crazy because she has so many books. So I'm excited to get back to reading another Tessa Bailey book, my 3rd Tessa Bailey book ever. Okay, let's go start window shopping. And we can't start a holiday book without a warm beverage. The tea I'm drinking is called Beach Reads, which, like, what a cute name. It's a loose leaf hibiscus and raspberry lemonade tea blend. It literally smells so good. I've been carrying it with me all morning and I feel like I'm just carrying a candle around. It smells so delicious. And it tastes just as good as it smells. And this tea is from Chapters Tea and Coffee. When I tell you, I have never in my entire life seen better packaging than this tea company. All their tea is bookish themed packaging and names, which, like, name a more perfect gift for a bookish lover. One of my favorite packages is the Poet's Study. The next time I'm reading a dark academia book, I'm brewing this tea. This one is also so stunning. It's their Chai Cafe Vanilla. The coffee shop with all the books. I'm freaking out. It's so cute. So they have tea accessories, but they also have bookmarks. Are you joking? Are you joking? I swear these are the prettiest bookmarks I've ever seen. And like I said, I seriously think this would be the best gift ever for the holidays, whether that's treating yourself or someone else in your life. Already in my head, I'm thinking about all my loved ones and what I'm gonna get them. My boyfriend Danny is a coffee drinker and he loves like philosophical or nonfiction books. My mom is a mystery girl and a tea drinker. And I love like cute, fun romances and more fruity floral teas. And you can use my code to get 15% off your order. So it's really a no-brainer. Get yourself and some loved ones some hot beverages while reading. Okay, speaking of reading, let's get back to reading window shopping. I just read the first few pages and our main character just got out of prison, which is a little bit crazy, very surprising for like a holiday book. But I'm really intrigued, like what did she do to land herself in prison? I just think that she's gonna have like a complex backstory hopefully, so that makes me kind of excited because that was definitely a curveball. I read page 79. I'm having one of those days where I just keep getting distracted while I'm reading on my phone, checking emails, like doing a billion different things. So although I started reading this morning, it's now 5 p.m. and I have not read a ton. Nothing to do with the book. It's just a mood. I don't know. Anyway, the plot is a really cute concept. It's like a very specific thing, but I just feel like department stores at Christmas time were so huge when I was a kid. Probably still are, but now I feel like everyone does online shopping. I just remember as a kid, my mom like dragging me along to do like all of our Christmas shopping at Macy's and Dillard's and all of the big department stores. So a very specific setting, but it's really hitting on the Christmas nostalgia for me. I am still really intrigued by Stella and her criminal past. We figured out what she got arrested for, but I feel like there's a lot more to the story and a lot more to her backstory that I'm excited to continue unraveling. This morning, I started decorating my tree while listening to the audiobook for window shopping. I just bought a ton of ornaments, so it was really fun to open them all up and put them on the tree. All done, well, mostly. I want to get a star to put on top of the tree, and then I added one present, but as I keep wrapping presents, I want to add them all here. And then I got a decent way through the book. Right now, the two main characters are really struggling with the fact that he's the boss and she's the employee, which I think is definitely an understandable third act conflict. And they have really different backgrounds. Like I said before, she just got out of prison, but he grew up like super wealthy. So they're just dealing with like how exactly is this relationship gonna work. Okay, let's go finish the book because I'm almost done with it. I finished the book. I'm kind of conflicted on how to rate it. I think I'm gonna go with 3.25 stars. It's hard rating holiday books because for the most part, I feel like holiday books are generally just kind of like fun, light Christmas reads, which is a mood. Like that's what I'm looking for. But I just feel like it's rare that a holiday book is gonna be like 5 stars. What I did like about this book is the concept. I also loved the characters. It's a workplace romance, which is so fun. The things I didn't like, this book is pretty spicy. I don't think I've ever in my life complained about a book being too spicy, but just because this book is on the shorter side, it's under 250 pages. I would rather have had, I think, more plot than spicy scenes. But I would still recommend this book. I feel like a lot of times people think something in the 3 stars mean it's not good. I don't feel that way. To me, 3 stars is it's not my #1 book that I would go to recommend, but it's perfect usually if you want something like light and short and fun, and that's exactly this book. Back to the best part, picking our next book. Which one do I want to get picked? I'm super open. Since we've already done 2 Christmas books, I kind of want a non-Christmas book to be picked. These top 4 books are just wintry books, which I think is what I'm feeling next, so hopefully that happens. Okay, pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Love Story by Taylor Swift. I honestly forgot which book this one correlates to. Let me look at my notes. Forever Never. Okay, this is exciting. Also the second Lucy Score book in this video. This is the only one too where I'm not completely sure whether this is actually a winter book or not. The cover, I mean, come on, like it's blue, it's got snow all over it, so if it's not winter, I'm gonna be so mad. I did recently read Indigo Ridge, which has also like snowy mountaintops on the cover, and this book takes place in summer. So if I learned anything from this book, it's that it's definitely possible for a wintry cover to not be a winter book, but here's hoping it is. I just read to page 70 and I'm really liking it so far. Lucy Score always writes the best grumpy men. It's my favorite. And yeah, it's really fun. It takes place in a small town. It definitely takes place during winters, which I'm glad about. And our main characters are Remy and Brick. Remy has just come back into town and we don't know why, but it seems like there's something darker going on or something just bad happening in her life that brought her back to her small hometown. And it sounds like her and Brick have quite the history. It says in the summary that she is his brother's high school sweetheart, his boss's daughter, and his ex-wife's best friend. So that's just like a lot going on, and I'm like really intrigued to unravel all of that because that definitely makes their relationship very complicated. Good morning. So far I have read to page 199. This is a thick book, but I am making a dent in it. And I'm really enjoying it so far. Honestly, like Lucy Score just writes great men, but as I say that, I have like one tiny complaint with the man in this book. Brick is so kind, so caring, so protective, which I love, but there's a reason why he won't date Remy, and I understand why. Like they definitely have a complicated history and past, which I talked a little bit about yesterday, but it kind of just feels like excuses. Let's be real, like Brick is making excuses why he can't be with Remy, which works for a little bit in the book, but then after a while it's like, okay, I'm tired of the excuses. I would like there to be a stronger reason and conflict why they can't get together, which maybe there's more to the story and we just haven't gotten the full picture as to why he refuses to date her. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm definitely keeping an open mind as far as like, could there be more to the story, or is Brick just being lame and making a bunch of excuses? Just hit page 250. One thing I love about Lucy Score books is that most of the time she has some kind of side plot that is always so interesting. Like in the Knock 'Em Out series, there's a crime plot that goes throughout the entire series. And then with this one, like I said, our main character Remy came back to her small town for a specific reason that we had to unravel. And we just found out, I think, the full picture of why she came back, and it's definitely dangerous, the reason. Also, things are happening in the romance, which makes me so happy. So yeah, it's just getting to like a really good part in the book. Good morning. It's a few days later. I took the weekend off from filming and I finished Forever and Ever. I would say 4 stars. I really liked it. It's really cute. And it also had a lot of depth to it, which I really appreciate. If you can't tell by the fact that it's my second Lucy Score book in this video, I'm a Lucy Score fan. If you've never read a book by Lucy Score ever and are kind of looking for a place to start with her books, I would really recommend the Knock 'Em Out series or By a Thread. Those are some of my favorite books by her. But if you already read those and are looking for your next book by her, I would definitely recommend Forever and Ever. I really enjoyed it. Okay, time to pick book number 4. Here are the books left on our list, and then I decided to add 2 more books to our playlist. The first one is Curse of the Wolf King. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling and it has a very wintry setting, so this would be fun to add. I love fairy tale retellings and I think I'm in the mood for a fantasy next, so kind of hoping this one gets picked. I don't own this book, but if this one got picked, then I definitely go out and buy it. We could run to the bookstore together, which would be cute. For the songs for this one, I added Be Our Guest. I mean, it's a classic Beauty and the Beast song. It's my favorite song of Beauty and the Beast. And then I also added Castle by Halsey because, you know, he keeps Belle trapped in this castle. And then the second book I added to our list is A Christmas in Quincy. I got this as an ebook. This book technically takes place within the Eden series. I just read the first book in the series, Indigo Ridge, recently and really liked it. So when I saw they had a little Christmas novella, I was like, I have to read it. And I'm pretty sure this novella can 100% be read as a standalone. So even if you haven't started or read the series, you could read this book if you're looking for like a short little Christmas read. And then for this book, I added This Town because it takes place in a small town and Can't Help Falling in Love. Time to shuffle the music and play. Okay, Love Story got picked, which we've already done, so I'm gonna swipe to the next song. Woman by Harry Styles. Okay, this song correlates to The Chase by Elle Kennedy. I picked Woman for this book because I feel like Elle Kennedy always writes really strong female characters. And this is a hockey romance, not a fantasy like I was hoping, but honestly I feel like this is kind of perfect because the first 2 books we read were Christmas, the last book we just finished was winter, and now we have a hockey romance, takes place on ice, so kind of like a well-rounded like Christmas winter reads in this video. I just read to page 68, and being back in this world is so nice. If you're unfamiliar with this book, it is basically an extension of the Off-Campus series, which I feel like is one of, if not the most popular, college hockey romance series. This is the first book in the Briar U series, and it takes place in the same world and at the same school as the Off-Campus series, but with a new generation of students. So it really just feels so comforting to like be back in this world. And we're getting cameos of the characters from the Off-Campus series. I was hoping we would, but I wasn't sure. Our main character is Summer De Laurentiis, Dean De Laurentiis' little sister. And we've already got a cameo from Dean and Allie and from Garrett and Hannah, and like mentions of just like all of the characters from the Off-Campus series. So I'm really happy about that. I just hit page 150. I also a little bit ago was watching YouTube, and Jack Edwards just posted a video. It was like a whole like 30-minute video essay talking about hockey romances. I was like, what perfect time, because I'm literally reading a hockey romance. And he makes a lot of great points in that video about like why hockey? Why has hockey specifically out of all sports like taken the romance world by storm? I've read one football romance and one basketball romance, but they just don't hit the same, you know? And I think it's because, and this is what Jack Edwards says too, hockey is a little more mysterious than the average sport. I feel like we can all name one, if not several, famous football players, famous basketball players, but I don't know a single famous hockey player. I feel like it's not as common that people are just like watching hockey games in their living room with their friends. It's still like a whole new world to dive into and find out about a sport that most people I don't think know a ton about. I was gonna say at the beginning of this video that my goal is to read this book in one day because I would like to post this video tomorrow, but I was scared to say it earlier today because I was like, that's really ambitious. It's so rare that I read a book in one day unless it's like a 24-hour readathon or something. So I was like, I don't want to put that out there if I can't do it, but we're so far in. I'm on page 228 and I've got like 100 pages left, so I think it's so doable for me to finish this book in one day. So exciting. I then switched over to the audiobook so I could edit the thumbnail for this video. It feels very meta that I'm editing this video's thumbnail in this video. But I just want to say that one thing I'm really loving about this book so far is the characters. We've got Fitz and Summer. Fitz has tattoos, he loves designing video games, he loves reading fantasy, so he's not your typical hockey player, which is really fun. And then Summer is just so badass. She's so fun. She's not afraid to stand up for herself, stand up for what's right. They're kind of opposites, which is really fun to read about. I've got like 20 pages left, so let's finish the book. I just finished the book. There was no epilogue, which I'm a little bit sad about because I love these characters and would have loved to read their epilogue story, but that's okay. Anyway, what to rate it? I really like this book. I think I'm gonna say 4.5 stars, which surprised me a little bit. Through like 80% of the book, I was at like a 4 stars, and then the end just really pushed it up to 4.5 for me. This book deals with a lot of really important and kind of heavier issues, which I didn't expect at all. I kind of just thought it'd be like a fun, light, silly hockey romance, so I really appreciate that Elle Kennedy tackled those issues. It was by no means like a sad, heavy book, but just a lot of issues like insecurity, a lot of women's issues. I'm trying to be vague so I don't spoil anything. It really tackled the topic of people having extreme biases and stereotypes. I feel like it kind of had everything I love in a romance. Like we got sports. I always love the college setting. I feel like the college setting just sets the book up to have a lot of characters, especially with like a sports romance. We've got like all the teammates. A lot of times people live with like lots of roommates in college. You've got classmates, so I just love books with big cast of characters. Hockey players, like so spicy, you know? And then also to have that depth in it as well. Loved it. Okay, that is all the books that I'm gonna read in this video. This was so fun to do. I'm so curious, do you guys listen to music while you read? And if you do you listen with words or just instrumental? Anyway, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!